Earlier this week, I had a task due for a job application, a real working prototype, not a written answer. At the same time, an inbound inquiry came in from a potential client for the automation studio. My farm in Nigeria started producing eggs, and I needed to ensure data accuracy and entry. I also had a YouTube video to record. 4 deadlines, 5 days. I'm not telling you this as a stress story. I'm telling you because I want to be honest about what it actually takes to run something like this and what the AI system behind it did and didn't do. My name is Hannah. I am an AI automation practitioner based in the UK. I run an AI automation studio. I co-own a poultry farm in Nigeria. I'm actively job hunting for a senior role, and I run this channel all at the same time. I have built an AI system, a real executive assistant, to hold as much of that together as possible. This video is about what that system looks like in practice. I want to be clear about the scope first, because I think most people often say I use AI to run my business, but what they actually mean is that they use ChatGPT to write a few emails. What I'm managing is genuinely complex. On the job search side, I'm targeting senior roles in AI and marketing in the UK. The application process at that level is not just sending a CV. It's about recommendations, it's about completing a task or sending a proposal, or sometimes making a plan. Earlier this week, I was asked to submit a working task as part of an application. That took 2 days of focused work to do it properly. On the business side, my automation studio is called 3 Balconies. Early stage and still building the client base. But an inbound inquiry came in this week for the first time for a company that wants to automate their invoicing process. That's a real conversation I now need to manage, scope, and price. Then there's glue farms. I co-own a poultry farm in Nigeria. We're currently at 750 birds, and the first batch started laying eggs last month. I manage it remotely from Birmingham. If you want the full story on how that works, I've done a video on it. Link is in the description. And then there's this channel, one video every week. None of this is a complaint. I'm not complaining at all. I chose all of it. But the question is, how do you actually hold it together without dropping things or burning out? About 3 months ago, I built what I called an executive assistant second brain using Claude Code. Claude Code is Anthropic's command line tool, and it is not just a chatbot. It can read files, it can write files, it can run scripts, and call external APIs. What I have done is built a set of custom skills and agents on top of it that handles specific recurring tasks. Let me give you concrete examples, because AI assistant means nothing on its own. Take LinkedIn content. I brief it on a topic, 1 or 2 sentences, and it drafts a full post with my voice with the hook structure that works best for my account. I review it, tweak it where needed, and post it. That takes 10 minutes instead of 45. And there's research. I say, research this topic for me, and it runs multiple search angles, cross-reference sources, and produces a structured report filtered through my specific context, my industry, my audience, my goals. That saved me 3 hours last week alone. Then there's email sequences. For 3 Balconies outreach, I brief it on a lead, who they are, what they do, what problems they're likely to have, and it drafts a personalized email sequence ready to send via my email platform. Then there's the job application side. When I am targeting a specific job, I give it a job description and it tailors my CV, drafts a cover letter grounded in my actual experience, not a generic filler, specific to that company and to that role. And then there's tax management. I tell it to add a tax to my list and it does it. I ask it what is due today and it tells me. All of this comes from one place, a terminal window. I type a plain English instruction and the system handles the rest. What I am not doing is switching between 5 different apps, manually copying information between them. The EA is the layer that sits above all of these tools and pulls them all together. The system does not make decisions. When the inbound inquiry came from the potential clients this week, the EA helped me to research the company, draft the response, and add follow-up tasks to my list. But the conversation I had with that person, that was me. The judgment call on whether to take the engagement, how to price it, what to promise, That was all me. When I was working on the job application task, the AI helped me structure my thinking and review my output. But the actual work, building what they asked me to build, I did that myself. These YouTube videos, I write the briefs, I do the thinking, I show up and I talk. What the system handle is the overhead, the first draft, the formatting, the scheduling, the research, the admin that sits between the real work and getting things out of the door. That is not nothing. That overhead was eating close to 30 to 40% of my week before I had this. But if you are expecting to build an AI system that runs your business while you do something else, that is not what this is. What it does is let you do more of the work that actually matters by taking the low value repetitive task off your plate. That distinction matters, and I think it is worth being honest about. Setting this up took about 2 weeks of focused work, building the skills, testing them, fixing what didn't work, documenting it so that I could actually use it reliably. I used Cloud Code specifically because it lets me build custom workflows as opposed to just chatting. But I want to be honest, it has a learning curve. If you have never used a command line tool before, or what you call a CLI, it will take you longer. But if you're already comfortable with tools like this, 2 weeks is realistic. The question I would ask yourself is, what are the 3 recurring tasks that takes the most times in your week? And those tasks don't actually require your judgment, because those are the ones that are worth automating first, not everything. Not your client calls or your strategic decisions. The 3 tasks you do every week on autopilot and quietly resent. That is where this tool or this system pays off. So, bringing it all together, I'm running a job search, 2 businesses, and a YouTube channel. The AI system behind that handles LinkedIn content, research, email, drafting, script writing, job application, and task management. It does not replace the thinking. It reduces the overhead so that I can focus on the work that actually requires me. I built this on Cloud Code with custom skills and agents. It took 2 weeks to set it up, and it has actually saved me more than that every week since. If you're managing multiple things and the admin is starting to eat the real work, that gap is what this fills. If you want to see how I actually built this, I have a 2-part series on the channel walking through the full setup. Link is in the description. And if you want more of this type of content, subscribe. 1 video every week. See you next week.